Welcome back, crew, to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at beautiful Haulover Inlet, Miami. But today's going to be an interesting one. We got a massive hurricane making its way toward Miami, and you can see here they're closing down the jetty. Going to be interesting to see how our captains fare as they get out there and try and battle these rough seas. And this is going to bring us to the first round of our contest, and here in the first round we're going to feature a scout stepping in the ring to see how it can fare. It's going to be a rough one, but let's go. Round one, let's get it started. And our crew is working their way out of Haulover. They look really solid up front. They are keeping that bow extremely high, and I'm assuming they're doing that on purpose because they know they're going into the belly of the beast. This is a massive boat coming off waves and getting air, which is not common for a boat this size that weighs this much, especially going at this pace as they're not really flying out of the inlet. They're trying to be as cautious as they can. Man, I'm not sure where they're going, but wherever they're going, it better be something worthwhile, because that's the only way you would catch me out there going out of Haulover in these kind of conditions. But the crew winds up making it out. The boat looks good, and they're going to go ahead and take a win for the boat, surprisingly, here in the first round. And that, of course, is going to bring us to the second round of our contest, with the boats taking a surprising 1-0 edge after the first round. And here in the second round, the boats are going to toss a Sea-Doo in the ring to see if they can keep that momentum going. Now, this is a much smaller vessel than the last one we saw trying to come out. Our crew, again, using the cautious approach. They're not really trying to gun it out. I actually don't expect we're going to see anybody try and pull that move today. But still, this vessel's not really designed for this. Really low freeboard. It can't really get too much up on plane. Not the same way a big center console or something could. As you see there, they hit the first small wave and basically took a wave over the bow immediately as they're going. And right here, they come blasting out again and basically stuffed it right into that wave. This crew is still trying to muscle their way out, and we can see the guy in the bow just trying to hang on as they wind up plowing their way through this. But that's pretty brave of them even to be up there. Definitely, if I was on this boat, I would be sitting way behind the helm. But all of a sudden, here we go. As I would expect, this crew pulls that patented Haulover U-turn, and they're going to wind up taking a loss for the boats as they're going to go ahead back into the sandbar. And that, of course, is going to bring us to the third round of our competition, now tied at 1 apiece. And here in the third round, the boats are going to toss a Sea Ray in the ring to see if they can get back on top. And as you can tell from here, things are starting to deteriorate fairly quickly down here at Haulover, and it's not looking good for the boats as we continue to run through this. So our crew, again, is making it out. Most of the boats that we're seeing going out at this point in time, they're probably moving from the storm. Either they're leaving the marina or the anchorage they were at and trying to get somewhere else that's hopefully a little safer for them and the vessel. I can't imagine there's too many people out here just pleasure cruising in this, because it doesn't look like any fun whatsoever. And our crew winds up taking a bunch of water over the bow. I don't really see anywhere where they actually stuff this boat, though, as they're coming out. And overall, I mean, it was a rough ride out of the inlet, but what do you expect on a day like today? Everybody's going to have a rough ride, but I'm going to go ahead and give this crew the win. Even our guys standing up in the boat wound up making it out without falling over, so that's good enough for me. And that'll bring us to the fourth round of our contest, with the boats up 2-1. And here in the fourth round, the boats are going to toss an interesting one at us, because they're going to go ahead and put one of our local charter boats, Therapy 4, out in the ring as we have a storm approaching. Now, I have to imagine the crew from Therapy 4 called this charter and said, hey guys, there's a storm out there. Probably not the best idea to go today, but we'll go if you want. And for whatever reason, those people decided, yeah, let's roll. And here they go, heading out of Haulover. Now, unfortunately for Therapy 4, it's not really their fault. Right here you can see they are stuffing wave after wave as they are battling these monster seas trying to make it out. But unfortunately, that's just the way this boat's gonna roll, as they can't really get up on plane, especially in this kind of sea conditions. So by default, Therapy 4 is actually going to take the loss because they wound up stuffing the bow, and as you already know, we only have a few rules. If you stuff the bow, you take the L, but I'm not sure that this is a loss I'd be ashamed of. And that's going to bring us into our fifth and final round of our contest. We are now tied at 2 apiece. Who will wind up taking the win in this one? Is it going to be the boats or Haulover? It is time to find out, as the boats are going to try and toss a Jupiter in the ring to try and close her out, and man, we might have a full send cap on our hands. He is laying into those throttles, absolutely blasting this boat out the mouth of Haulover, and I didn't think we were going to see any of these today, but this guy's proved me wrong. Takes a win for the boats, and the boats take the win in this episode. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, we do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, I got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.